All right, guys. So welcome to our Momentum Monday call. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Ball. I'm a 100 Club National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company up here in Canada. And tonight I'm going to take you through a little bit of a training on how to grow a team, why you would even want to grow a team, and a little bit on how to do it the right way, in my opinion, what I've seen work in terms of creating momentum and creating a really nice culture within your team. And so commonly what happens when people get involved in our business is that they're really excited about the product. They don't see themselves being a business owner. Probably when I ask in a room, how many people in here signed up just to get a discount or get their product at a better price? Probably 9 out of 10 hands go up. So what happens is people kind of stumble accidentally into our business, coming in because they love the product, and then they come to an event and realize, oh, this could be something. And it's this hard transition that happens between, I really love sharing about the product, but I don't know how to share about the business and grow a team, and I'm not even sure I want to. So number one, growing a team is super important in terms of creating the vision that you probably heard at the event you went to. So when we go to these events, we hear about people changing their lives with this business, and it's so true. I know so many people who have done it. It's certainly not reserved for a few people at the top. A lot of people are creating really important incomes for their family, anywhere from $100 a month to get their product for free to $500 a month for a family holiday or for a car payment, all the way up to a full-time income, with a good chunk of money coming in, enough to cover the mortgage, the bills, everything. And so it depends on what you're looking for. But anytime I see somebody that really wants to grow this business, I always share with them the power of building a team alongside of sharing the product. Because if you decide you're just going to share the product, what happens is this is just trading your time for money. So you're taking care of customers and you're getting these these customers in, and you get their order in, and then you earn a commission, and that's awesome. But when you hear about people earning all kinds of great income with this business, that's called residual income, and that's income that comes in whether you're working your butt off or not. And that's when we transition out of employee mindset into an entrepreneur mindset, where whether we work or not, whether we go on holidays or not, we're getting a paycheck. And that really gets solid when we build a team. So that's what I always say to people. Whatever your vision is, it's always easier with friends. And so we're going to talk about getting proud of sharing the product and business at the same time, and letting our friends and family and people that we meet choose what they're interested in. It's up to them. I learned a long time ago that I shouldn't try to guess what they're going to want or what they'll be interested in, and I will let them decide by sharing both of them. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how to have a good story so that comes across. But number one, you need to have a simple system. So those of you who are on Team Synergy, you guys know that we have a website. It's teamsynergyinspires.com. So here it is at the bottom. And here we have a startup meeting for a brand new rep. And this makes team building so easy and doable. This makes it so that if you get a new team member, you take them here, they open up their computer or their iPad, and you together read through the 10 steps to get them started. Anyone can do it. You don't have to wait for your upline. It's an easy way to get your representative started properly. Interesting. Okay, we might not be able to do it that way. Oh, goodness me. So many technical difficulties these days. I guess we'll have to look at it small like this. Oh, maybe that's why. Okay, good. I got it. All right. So again, just back to our simple system. Say you get a representative on your team. You did the startup meeting. They did their events. They got really excited, and they got to virtual franchise. We actually have a meeting that we're going to use for them. So these are steps for VF Snap. And this is where we're going to teach them how to read reports and how to check their customers, make sure their customers are well cared for, etc. Introduce them to the customer care page and all of that. Here's our customer care page. Again, it's systemized, so it's really simple. What to do on day 1, what to do on day 10, what to send them on day 30, how to check in with them properly. When they order, what do you send them, etc. So this is all here for you guys to use. And then our roadmap. So this is all a part of teamsynergyinspires.com. Here you're going to find everything you need from order forms to building up your belief in the product, the business, the marketing plan, network marketing, and yourself. We've got some really great personal development resources here, and we also have listed all of our events that are ongoing and happening regularly. This is something I would recommend you do when you get a new team member. So we're going to talk about getting this team member going properly and growing a team the right way. One of the things you should do is connect them to your upline, their upline, all the way up to your NMD. And even if you want to connect them to the NMDs above that NMD, it's really important that they then get to know who is above them, because 5 generations of people get paid on their work. So they get an order. 5 generations up earn a commission on that. So we want to make sure we're introducing them to them because they can use those resources when we're busy. So this gives us more of that time freedom. It makes them feel more comfortable with people other than just us. And it allows it to feel possible starting a new rep. Because one of the biggest things that I see when people start a new team member is, I feel like I'm going to do it wrong, or I feel like I'm not going to have enough time to do this properly. And so just lean into the system, guys. It makes it possible for everybody. Events are the lifeblood of our business. The second you get a team member, I would highly recommend that you get them to an event. Now, this can be an online event. It can be a live event. I love the feeling of live events. Basically, your distributor probably decided to join your team because they wanted a little bit of a better price. So the second you get them out to an event, they're going to catch the vision of the community. They're going to feel that culture and that positivity. They're going to see the vision from somebody else on the stage rather than just you. They might think that they aren't like you. They aren't as good at this, or they aren't as good at that. And they may think that because of that, they can't do this business. But when you bring them to an event, then they see that person does this. Oh, that person's in the event or in the business. Well, if they're doing it, I probably could too. So the power of events, I cannot emphasize enough. If you've got a dream team member that you worked really hard to get on your team, you have to get them to something. And sometimes this is going to take a little bit of discomfort. You're going to have to remove all of their excuses when they're like, well, I've got a birthday party that day for my daughter. And it's like, a friend of ours' birthday. Oh, okay, no worries. Well, the event starts at this time. Could you come to part of it? Maybe the morning or the afternoon? Or, oh, I don't have childcare. No worries. Why don't you bring your little ones and I'll watch them in the back of the room so you can catch the vision? Or, oh, my husband's got the truck, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll pick you up. Taking away their excuses and getting them to an event will pay you back 100 times over, I promise you. Now, we have on our website, I have the links here for you as well, but they're back on the Team Synergy Inspires website as well. You're going to find out how to do an event in terms of if you're going to be doing something in your home and inviting a few people in and you don't know what to say. We have a video all made up for you that tells you exactly what to say about Juice Plus, whether you're on the phone or having a play date or whatever. And then we have a video that teaches you how to properly invite to events. And I think this is one of the things that helps people in our team build their business properly and build their frontline and get team members easily because they know how to invite. And our style is really unique in the way that we say, hey, leave your wallet at home. I don't want you to order anything. It's not about signing up or doing anything. I want you to know what it's about. I'd love to have your company for the evening. I'll buy you a glass of wine, or if it's in your home, I have wine. Don't bring your wallet. Just come and have some wine and snacks at the house, and then I'd love your feedback after. So you're going to learn all about that strategy in The Art of Inviting, but it works, and it's unique to our team, and I really encourage you to watch that video and get good at this technique. When you're bringing people to events, make sure that your invites are personal. Whether you're doing an online Facebook party or you're trying to get them to a live event, you're definitely going to want to send them a selfie video, or at the very least, a voice note, and ask them if they would be your guest at the event, okay? So I love this technique because it makes it personal to them. It makes them realize that you were thinking about them in a genuine way and not just blanketing out an invite to everybody that you knew. Always creating that value and helping people remember where you're coming from. Because oftentimes when we're inviting to our team, we're sitting here in our head thinking, oh gosh, they're going to think all I care about is getting them on my team or getting them as a customer. And, they're going to think I don't really care about our friendship. And that's thinking with your head. When we stay here, we're only thinking about ourselves. But when we drop down into our heart, we start thinking about others. And when we drop into that heart energy, we can remember this is going to benefit them. If they do sign up as a part of my team, they're going to love it. They're going to meet the community. It's probably going to change their life in a huge way. I want that for them. And thinking here versus thinking here. Okay, so thinking about them versus them thinking about ourselves. And I love the personal invites because it reminds people that we're thinking from here. So once you get a team member, you've done the startup meeting, they've gotten to VF maybe, or maybe they're still trying to get to VF. They're good at getting customers. This is what we see often. Now you want to teach them how to get team members. And I always say, teach your team how to date. Getting a team member or getting a new friend, for that matter, is a lot like dating. And it's like inviting new people out for coffee, asking them multiple questions about themselves, digging into what they enjoy and what they do for work and what they do for fun and how their kids are and how do they find it. Is it challenging? Have they taken any good parenting courses? Like dig into some real stuff. Most people don't talk anymore. They don't get to talk about themselves. So when they sit down with somebody who's genuinely interested in their life and asking questions because they want to generate a real, vulnerable, deep down conversation, that's refreshing. I know that the few people that have done that with me, I then, of course, after talking about myself for a little while, realize, well, I want to know about this person. What do you like doing? What's your fun stuff? Like, how are you and your husband doing with XYZ? Like, then I start asking about their life, and inevitably they're going to bring up to me what they do. And so this is like dating, right? You don't want to try to sleep with somebody on the first date. And this is basically, you don't want to share your business with them on the very first time you're connecting with them. If there's somebody that you met through hockey or through yoga class or whatever, you can let that evolve over time. Right away, ask them a ton of questions about themselves and genuinely listen to their answer. And when they answer, let that answer lead you into the next question. You don't want to have a list of 10 questions so it sounds like you're not listening. You want to ask them a question, listen, and then create another question out of their response. And this is what I mean when I say teach your team how to date. When we ask questions, we open people up to what we are about. And so this is my post, this is my slide about being real, not perfect. And this applies to sitting at the swimming pool during swimming lessons and you're talking to another mom, or on social media, or wherever it is. I really encourage you guys to be real and not try to be perfect. When we are perfect, people want to shoot arrows at us. It's a really strange thing. But when we are real, when we are sharing with vulnerability about the fact that we eat poutine from time to time and we're not perfect eaters, or that we, forget to pack Valentines for our kids and had to run to the store quickly, scribble them all out and get them to school by, barely the time that we're going to hand them out. Like, that's real. And those are the things that people want to connect to because they don't need a perfect friend. And so I put this slide up because this is my daughter, Ava. And there was a time where I was jumping into my car and she had gone ahead of me and gotten in, and I was brushing my car off. It had snowed. And I realized I couldn't find my brush. So I ran to the side of the house to get it, came back, brushed my car off, and then left and started talking to her a few blocks away. And all of a sudden, because it was so quiet in the back seat, I turned around and my heart dropped into my feet. She was not in her car seat. And I didn't know where she was, and all kinds of horrible things went through my mind. I went back. She had gone back into the house to get a stuffed animal of hers that she had forgotten. And she thought I was going to be so mad at her. But while she was waiting, she got a snack. And I came in the house and, fell to pieces and felt like the most horrible mom in the world. And when I was ready, I started to share this story with other moms. I shared it on social media. I got some great response. Everybody was like, thank you so much for being real. Oh my God, this happened to me once. Or, like one lady was like, I had a brand new baby and we were going out for a run or a walk with my friends, and I left my baby at home. I left her in the porch in her car seat. And my friends finally, like a block away, were like, oh, like, do you always leave your baby at home like that? And she was mortified. But it helped her so much to know that there was other, totally imperfect mothers out there. So please, you guys, the best way to connect with people and share with them your realness is by being real, not perfect. And that is what's going to encourage them to want to join your team, because they see you as a human being. And if you're a normal human being doing this business and doing well, then they see that they can do it too. One of the things as you grow a team and you get a little bit of a pod going on, you've got a few people and they've got a few people, is eventually you're probably going to want to start a little bit of a focus group for your people outside of the team synergy page. And it doesn't have to be a team page. It doesn't have to be something that goes forever. But I have a group right now with people that I work with as frontline to me, and it's called Goal Diggers. And we touch base very regularly. We have assignments in there that we work on together. We generate ideas together. And this is something, even if you've just got a few team members, that you might want to do. It's free and easy to set up a Facebook group. It can be secret, and in there you guys can talk about ideas that are unique to the culture of your own team. Here's an example of some of the assignments that I put in my Goal Diggers group. So set up a simple binder. Section 1 is going to be your prospect list. So these are the people that you haven't talked to yet. Section 2 is people you've talked to, but the conversations are ongoing. Section 3 is your no's. You want to write them down when they said, hey, not right now, or no, thank you, I'm not interested in that. Section 4 will be your customers, and Section 5 is your team members. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. In fact, it can be a completely plain notebook that you put sticky notes along the side to section it out. It doesn't have to be something that's going to be too complicated, because we don't want that to hold you back from doing it. So this is what I would recommend in terms of staying organized and in terms of getting your new team members focused on building their own business. Here's another example. Okay, we're going to use the following team finder to fill out a new prospect list, because your prospect list should always be growing and evolving. And I love this team finder. It can be found on our website, much like everything else. And on here, it's like, who do you know that's a football player? I guarantee you might not have thought of that one person that's a football player, and you add them to your list. Or who do you know that's an aerobics or a fitness instructor? And you put that person on your list. So I love the team finder because it helps us generate that juicy prospect list. Here's another thing. If you're a person with business goals, or you sign up somebody who's got big business goals, has that ever happened to you where you get a new distributor and they're like, oh my God, I need this business. I have to get to the top level, and it's so intimidating and you don't know what to do? Or you have those goals because there's some pressure in your life that's making you need a real income, and you know that other people have gotten to NMD and you want to get there and you don't know what to do? Well, we have a page for that on our website. It's called Accelerated Path to NMD. This is a page of assignments where you do the assignment, you check in with your upline before moving on to assignment number 2. This is free and easy that anyone can use, and I would highly recommend, if you've got big goals with the company and you're looking for that $3,000 to $4,000 per month paycheck, this is the page that you're going to want to check out. And one of my biggest pieces of advice for you, if you're in this active stage of wanting to grow your business, wanting to grow your frontline, is be teachable. We really, really see that the people who are teachable, who are willing to learn from our system, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, these are the ones that get to NMD fast. Now, whenever I see somebody who's trying to build their business in a different way, I always support it. And I would encourage you to support your team members if they're trying to go off onto a different path, or, try a different wheel. It's okay. They'll learn their own way that they want to come back to the system. Love on them, be excited for them for their new idea, and let them learn how that's going to go for them. And in some cases, they come up with a great new idea. And in other cases, they're like, okay, that didn't work and I don't want to waste any more time. Show me the system. So if you're on this call and you're like, I want to get to NMD, or I want to get to $500 a month, or whatever your goal is, the best advice I can give you is be teachable. Listen to your upline. Listen to those who have gone before you. They've already made every mistake that's under the sun. You might as well learn from their mistakes to save time. Okay, so you're going to help your team fine-tune their story, and you're also going to fine-tune your own. This is really important, because when we're talking to those people and we've started dating a new person, and we've asked them all these beautiful questions about themselves, and then they turn it around and say, well, what about you? What do you do? If you have this beautiful story ready to go, you might get a team member or a customer out of it. So storytelling 101. This is like how I've broken it down. Basically, when I'm helping people develop their stories, I want them to tell me where they were really before they discovered Juice Plus. Now, we're talking about the product story right now. And quite oftentimes people are like, I don't know, I was all right. And when I'm like, really? Like, were you? Were you emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything was good? And then usually they'll realize, whoa, no, I wasn't in a good place. I was here. And we want to start with some vulnerability, because this makes people see us as real. If we're just like, oh, I was already a good eater, but I just thought I could do a little better, that's not as easy to connect to for the person who doesn't feel like they're a good eater, for example. So for my story, I always say, we were good eaters, but Lincoln was really struggling deeply with tonsil infections and behavior issues. And that's me being vulnerable, because that's where we were, and it wasn't fun. And so, be real. Where were you really when you discovered the Juice Plus products? How did you hear about Juice Plus, and what were your thoughts? Did you get it right away, or were you skeptical? Insert what you actually felt here so that people can relate to you. And what did you notice as you took the product? So whatever you shared in the beginning of your story with where you actually were, now's the time to say, and then I started the product and I noticed this change and this change and this change for the better. And now I could never be without this, for example. And so that is the product story. And then we're going to want a clear transition to the business. And when you're having coffee with somebody, you're not necessarily going to dump this all out in one go, but you're going to share that about the product. And then you're going to ask them a few more questions, and then they're going to ask you a few more questions. And when the timing's right, you'll be like, yeah, that's why I do what I do, and that's your clear transition into the business. And they'll be like, what do you do again? And so then you say, well, I share Juice Plus with people. I've got a business in the wellness industry, or I've aligned with a company that's figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. There's multiple different lines that you can use. Find one that feels right to you, and then use a similar format. So where were you really when you found this business? Really? Like, where were you? Did you have a lot of positive people in your life? Were you okay financially? Were you looking for personal development? Were you looking for, an extra income? Were you looking for a way to stay home with your kids? What was it really that you wanted? And then, how did you hear about the business? What did you think about that business when you first heard about it? Was it like, oh my gosh, no, I could never be good at sales. Like, I don't want to do network marketing. I find it embarrassing. Whatever it is, be real here. And then share what the business has done for you now with some kind of an income line. And so this is going to be something like, basically what your income that you make with your Juice Plus business, even if it's $150 a month, give them an equivalent amount. You're not going to tell them, I earn $150 a month. You can a little bit one-on-one, but we're not allowed to do that on Facebook events or from the front of the room. So I always like to just share with them what it's equivalent to. So for example, $150 a month. Well, it pays for my product and my gym membership every month. And that's amazing because I really value my health. So this is like my little health business. Or, it's $500 a month. This business pays our car payment every month. Or it's enough for us to go on a family holiday together every year. Or maybe it's $1,000 a month and you would say something like, this business pays my mortgage. I never guessed. I would never have guessed that my fruit and vegetable business that I started as a discount would have ended up being such a legitimate contribution to our family. So that was my very condensed version on how to tell your story. I could do, and maybe I should do, a whole call on that. So hopefully you guys got some of that good stuff there, but maybe I will do a little bit of a Momentum Monday on this particular topic alone. And you guys grow. Grow. If you want your team to grow, you need to grow. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Truly, the more we take accountability for our actions and our responsibility for growing our team and our business, and the more we look at ourselves and we decide, I'm getting paid what I think I'm worthy of getting paid, and then we realize that it's time for us to grow, that's when the magic starts to happen. We did a poll in our team page. 78% of people in our whole team said that the best part of being in the Juice Plus business, in the team synergy culture, was the personal development that they had gotten as a result of being involved. And that's huge. We love books like, The Big Leap. That's one of my favorite ones, talking about an upper limit problem. I also love You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, or You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Think and Grow Rich. That's another really good one. Reading is the easiest way to start growing. And then start being mindful of courses that are happening on the internet, different personal development workshops that are happening in your community. Just put it out there that you're looking for something, and whatever that law of attraction is, whatever you believe in, it will send it to you. All of a sudden you'll see a newspaper ad, or your friend will tell you, oh my gosh, I signed up for this course. Go, grow. It's going to build your business. You will only get paid the equivalent of what you have done for personal growth. Wherever you have set your limit is where you will get paid, no matter how hard you work. So this is the easiest way to increase your income. And this is my quick tips on how to bring up leaders. You guys, I could probably do a whole call on this. But I'm going to just go through it quickly. The easiest way to bring up leaders on your team, so you've got these team members and you want to know, how can I get them so they want to get to NMD and they're doing it on their own? First of all, direct them to the resource. Do not ever give your team member the answer. Be like, oh, okay, that you can find on the Juice Plus Reps Exchange idea page. Or, oh, no, that'll be on the Juice Plus Events Canada page. Or did you ask on, just direct them to the answer. Send them to our website. Don't give them the answer. Do some monthly coaching calls. I love having a you can book me link. You guys can book me anytime if you ever need any coaching from me. It's easy. Ask your upline to find out the booking link that I have available. Spend quality time with your team members. This is a high-paying activity. Have them over for a glass of wine. Get in the hot tub. Talk about life. Talk about their marriage. Talk about their human side. Like, be real with them. Develop a friendship with these people. Because pretty soon, you guys are going to be traveling to conference together and you're going to be sleeping in a hotel room. So spend quality time with your distributors. This is one of the best things you can do in terms of creating that leader within them. Be the king and the queen maker. If you're blowing up your business and you're getting praise and recognition for it, that's amazing. But when you are at an event, connect your new person to the big people in the room. This is my friend Sally. She's amazing. She's a busy mom of 4 boys. She inspires the hell out of me. She's here on a Saturday when she's got a million other things she could be doing. And, Sally, meet Barb. She is blah, blah, blah. Amazing Mother Barb. She does everything for us. We love her. And, she's a 100 Club National Marketing Director. And you connect them. You be the king and the queen maker. You don't allow yourself to be the king and the queen. If you let those people shine in the spotlight a little bit, they will see that they want to come up into leadership for that recognition. Again, you want to help them develop an income line and do some story coaching around that. Around their story. So after you've got yours nailed down with your upline, you want to try to get your team members really honed in on their own. Map out their next promotion. Let them know what's next and what's after that. 2 promotions out is what I always recommend. So if they are a brand new distributor, you want to show them DD and VF, and that's it. There's too much after that. And then once they get to DD, you can say, great, you already know what VF is. I'm going to tell you what's after VF. That's sales coordinator. Get together for brainstorming sessions. Let them have a voice. Let them tell you what they're doing that's working. If you ask them, oh my God, I saw you got 4 customers last month. What are you doing? Please share with me the secret. And let them shine a little bit. Let them tell you what they're doing that's working. Because as much as they need to be teachable, we need to be teachable. People are coming up with new, amazing ideas all the time. And if you listen to them and learn from them, not only is that going to benefit your business, it benefits theirs because they have a voice. And one of the last ones is fathering. If they're like, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm really frustrated, you might need to be a little bit of a firm voice for them and be like, okay, I totally get it. I remember feeling the same way. So that's validating how they feel. But do you feel like you've done the work it would require to get to that level? And I don't know, maybe you have, because I don't know, what your schedule is like. But are you feeling comfortable with the amount of effort you've put into your business so far? And usually they'll be like, well, no, I'm totally not. I keep avoiding this and I'm feeling a lot of fear and I didn't do my Facebook party properly. And then they'll start owning their own stuff. And then having a recognition system can help. So if they get to VF, what do you send them a card? Do you send them a little gift card, etc.? And this is an example. You guys can just ignore the bottom if you are not a big team, if you don't have a big team yet. But basically, if your frontline goes VF, I would recommend you send them a $25 Visa gift card. If your frontline goes sales coordinator, $50. If you get a frontline team member, that means directly under you, sponsored by you, that goes to SSC, $150, and QNMD, $300. And the reason we don't have NMD on there is because I always like to buy something personal for my new NMDs, something that relates to them more specifically and personally. And the last thing I want to talk about, because we're getting close to the end of our call here, is creating a culture. We really want to create a culture within our team that's beautiful and positive and kind and safe. There is enough drama out there in the world. There is enough crazy competition out there in the world. People want a home. And if you create a culture that makes them feel like they have found something, like that they feel that they're at home, they will stay with you forever. Even if they're having a bad month, even if they can't find a new distributor, they will stay because this is where they belong. And so I love the culture that we have in our team. It is never-endingly amazing. And one of the biggest things we've done to maintain this culture is creating boundaries. And this means if somebody comes and tries to be gossipy or dramatic, we set a boundary around that behavior right away. We hear it, and then we solution that problem right away. So it's 20% of the conversation will be them telling us the issue and the problem they're having with somebody on their team. 80% of the call is, okay, what can we do about this, and how can we make sure we set a proper boundary here? And there is zero drama, zero gossip, and it creates a really healthy feeling, because that distributor who came to me with a problem knows, okay, Michelle doesn't go into the nitty-gritty and doesn't roll in the dirt, and therefore she's not doing that about me behind my back. I know she's got me. And so that's hugely important. And I love this quote: when we fail to set boundaries and hold people accountable, we feel used and mistreated. Okay, so set a boundary. If you have a team member that's giving you a little bit of drama, that's not how we do things on our team. I hear you, I feel you. How can we find a solution? Okay, that's a healthy boundary. If you want to learn more about setting boundaries, I would highly recommend this book. It's called Boundaries: When to Say Yes and How to Say No. Take control of your life. This is huge for becoming a leader and building up those team members. But guys, when you have a healthy culture in place, people will want to do anything for the team. They will want to do everything for the team, because this is their home. These are their people. And so I hope that I fit enough real nuggets in there in that short period of time. I know that was a lot, and I hope that you guys got enough out of that on building your team and doing it the right way. And I'm going to stop the recording and allow you guys to ask any questions. And thank you so much for joining tonight, everybody. Happy Momentum Monday.